I want to start off by thanking you all for your patience, as I haven't been able to put out a video for the last couple weeks. Also, sorry this one's on a Wednesday. I'll be back on the normal Monday schedule next week. Now onto the video. Creativity is dead. Hello everyone, my name is Ben Dane, and welcome to another week of life commentary. We've all had that experience when we're scrolling on YouTube and come across dozens of videos with identical titles, thumbnails, and content. Now, I'm not talking about videos that fit a certain genre or niche, but rather ones that seem practically identical in every way. For example, if you search Minecraft Manhunt, you get countless renditions of the same old concept. Sure, they may add cool and unique twists such as extra rules, mods, etc., but how truly creative is that? And when does it become too much? In this video, I'll be talking about the unfortunate prominence of copycat content, as well as the more creative side of YouTube and how to balance inspiration with creativity. Too often, people see the success of one creator and attempt to collect viewers by slightly modifying their ideas to be just different enough. But this isn't all a bad thing. Some truly great videos have been made based on another person's ideas. However, an issue arises when that idea or type of video gets overproduced to the point where it's no longer enticing to watch. There comes a point when no matter how good the video is, we simply get tired of the content. And the reasoning behind why people do this is simple. It gets views. After all, if something works, why do anything different? Now, it may be tempting to think that it's worse now than it ever has been, but I don't necessarily think that's the case. If you look back to the golden age of Minecraft Let's Plays, you see countless creators acknowledging the success of larger YouTubers and deciding to start a Let's Play of their own. The only difference now is the size of the audience. The amount of YouTubers that could reach 1 million subscribers was much slimmer then than it is today. With more and more people understanding the algorithm and how to use it, we get an abundance of YouTube channels reaching millions in just months. And one of the easiest ways for these new creators to grow is by piggybacking off of other people's content. The only thing making copycat content more apparent today is the fact that these creators can reach a larger audience quicker than before, not because there weren't copycats in the early days. Now, when thinking of this style of content creation, we usually only consider the perspective of the viewer. Unfortunately, making content based solely on other people's success also greatly limits the YouTuber themselves. If someone doesn't come up with their own original ideas, they're often left with what I call surface level fans. Their viewers don't watch them because of their personality or style of commentary, but rather watch them simply because it's more of the content they're used to. This makes it extremely daunting for these creators to start making their own unique videos, as it's not what a lot of their subscribers want. But it's not all bad news. Up until now, this video has been very negative towards taking ideas from creators, but there's no law saying you can't take inspiration from others. Sure, stealing an entire idea while only changing one or two things isn't very original, but that very content we see copied likely had its own inspiration from someone else, and it's inspiration that pulls us through when we can't think of something new. After all, I would argue nobody has a creative capacity to generate completely unique videos consistently and in mass. We would simply give up on making videos before we even start. Inspiration, after all, is the most influential thing bringing people to content creation. We see creators and want to imitate what we like about them. Without taking inspiration from someone, most YouTubers wouldn't have ever started. And this is where creativity comes into play. If copying content is bad and coming up with countless unique ideas is near impossible, what is the middle ground? This is where I want to bring in what I'll call the 2 layers to an idea. What I mean by that is there's a base layer, which is the underlying concept, and then there's a surface layer where all the extra details get added. For example, let's dissect this very video you're watching now. The base layer of my content is commentary. That's the backbone of what I make, and it's the largest focus of the videos. From there, we can think about how I present it. I used things like gameplay to watch, a black screen intro with an over-the-top hook, and a system of building one small project start to finish each video. These are all surface layer details that help the viewer stay engaged with that base concept. When people make copycat content, they tend to keep the original base layer the exact same and change only 1 or 2 surface layer things. But all this does is act as an extension or an alternate version of the original content, as opposed to something new. In order to make creative and interesting videos, you have to tweak the base layer of the idea, or add either one really interesting surface layer detail or a sizable amount of smaller details. And the good news is, this does still happen. For each copycat video there is on YouTube, there are several truly good, creative videos. I hope this doesn't come across as too much of me bashing people who want to try an idea with a twist. After all, if they can get people watching it, then clearly it can't be all that bad. I simply wish creators took the time to come up with more creative content rather than rehashing what worked before. If you've made it this far, I thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed this video or found it at all interesting, consider leaving a like, as it would be greatly appreciated. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if you want more content like this, consider subscribing. I'll be putting out a new video in this format each week for the foreseeable future. And if you haven't seen the previous week's videos, I have a playlist with all of them on my channel for easy watching. That's all from me. I've been Ben Dane, and I'll see you another time.